Alright, welcome to Nanjing, China. The current temperature here is 106 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure how much reporting is going on about the heat wave we're having here, but this is the 9th day in a row with temperatures above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and the 3rd day this week with temperatures at 106. So it is crazy hot here. I know that a few weeks ago in the States, they had a heat wave. It was big news, you know, dangerous heat. Everyone was trying to stay cool, and it was just, you know, it's a big health concern. But I'm not sure how much people are reporting back home about the weather here. It's quite unusual. I mean, the summers in Nanjing get really hot, but generally, you know, it tops out at around 100, and maybe you'll get a few days above 100 every summer, but not 9 days in a row. And the other really unusual thing is it is really dry here. It hasn't rained in a few weeks, and East Asia has really wet summers. Like a few years ago, you know, parts of the city were, you know, little flooding here and there, and we're right along the Yangtze, and the Yangtze was like, it was up like 20 feet above like normal conditions. And right now, like, the Yangtze's pretty low, and it is just really dry. Like, my memories of the summers in Korea and in China are just like, you know, it's rainy. It doesn't rain every day, but it rains more than it doesn't, you know. But here it's just, I mean, if it weren't over 100 degrees, I would say it's a beautiful day. But it is just like an oven here, and the wind is really hot as well, which just makes it really uncomfortable. There's like no relief. I try to go for runs in the morning at around like 8:30. It's already like 90, 93, 94 degrees at that time. Just jog in the shade, you know, just to get out there and get moving. But normally I run in the afternoons, but it's dangerously hot right now. It feels very uncomfortable. I've never experienced this kind of heat in my whole life. I have to think we're getting close to a record as far as the amount of days in a row at these temperatures. It's unusual, and I've been asking people the last few days, is this kind of weather normal? And the main thing they keep saying to me is that, you know, the summers are hot here. Nanjing is one of the 3 furnace cities in China. Like the 3 furnace cities, there's really hot cities in China, in the center of China. But normally, you know, it's just hot for, you know, a few days, not, you know, more than, like, not a week or more than a week like this. So it is quite unusual. And the next thing they mention is that there's no rain, it's just dry. And there's still, like, you know, people outside working. Like, I see old people like collecting the trash and, like, you know, pushing carts around, and the people here, like, they're not that afraid of the heat. You know, right now it's the middle of the day, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon, so most people are kind of resting inside, but there still are like some people out here. We can see people like this guy going around. I'm not sure what he's doing. The people here don't seem to be as afraid of the heat as back home. It's like all over the news. Like, my wife hasn't mentioned to me that they're really even talking about it like it's such a big deal. You know, people just going along with their lives. It's not like panic mode. Back home, like, the weather gets hot, they're like, heat advisory, stay inside, you know, this and this and this. But here, like, I go outside and no one said anything to me. You know, I talked to the guards and stuff, and none of them were like, oh, you should go back inside, it's too dangerous. They didn't say anything to me like that. So it's just, I don't know, people here are just different. But it is really hot. And the wind, like I said, the wind is hot. So it just feels like very uncomfortable. What are you guys thinking? You think this is normal weather? I mean, how's the weather where you are? Have you been noticing that the weather is different? Is it drier or wetter or much hotter than normal? You know, I think most people are now coming to terms with the fact that climate change is a real thing, and we all have to get used to, you know, just conditions which we weren't used to before. Like, I don't think most people want to go outside when it's like this. You know, you can maybe spend like 20 minutes out here, 30 minutes out here, and then after that it's like, it's hard to breathe. You know, you can start to feel nauseous pretty quickly if you aren't well hydrated. And, you know, if you're older, it's just dangerous just to be outside. Like, I'm surprised I see people out here at all, like, working or whatever. These people, I guess, don't really have a choice. You know, if they did, they would definitely not come outside, because, like I said, you just quickly feel bad. You know, it's a very uncomfortable position to be in. And You know, I think in the future the summers are going to start to get to like, you know, 115, 120, and it's going to start to be, you know, something which is normal, which is a scary reality to deal with. I mean, if it were 115 or 120 out here, I mean, I don't even know that people. All right, so my little camera just overheated and turned itself off. So yeah, I have to film with my phone. I was just saying that I don't think that people have really, you know, come to terms with the fact that the climate is not going back to the way it was, and we all have to just change our habits. You know, like here, if it's going to be like this for like a month every summer, I mean, you just imagine people won't want to stay here. You know, they won't want to stay in a city like this where it just gets this hot. And there's going to be places that are much worse than this. And, you know, stuff starts to break down like when it gets this hot. If it gets to like 120, I mean, it's going to be just real dangerous heat. And not just dangerous for people's health, but just even like infrastructure and stuff can start breaking down when it gets really, really hot. How is the weather where you guys are? Have you noticed that it's different? Leave a comment below. I'm really curious, like, if people are noticing changes in the climate where they are, like real noticeable changes. You know, like every summer, you know, it gets hot or the winters get cold or you might have some snow or whatever. But like what I can say right now is that this is really unusual. Like this is not, you know, something which people have seen before in their lifetimes here. Like just this kind of heat and just like unrelenting heat for, like I said, 9 or 10 days already. And it's going to be hot for like tomorrow's going to be hot. I think there's going to be some relief on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, back to like 104, 105. So just the new normal. Yeah, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. If this is your first time here, leave a like on this video. Subscribe. I'll be bringing you guys more content from Nanjing, China coming soon. And yeah, stay cool. And I'll see you guys in the next video.